Marc Soler going into the gloom. He's got 2 kilometres from home. He's got the last spiteful little bit of climbing. Will Zana and Paul manage to close the gap before the downhill run and then get a 3-up sprint for the line, or is he going to go solo, Sean?
Well, I think he's going to just go all the way here. It'll be interesting to see what the gaps are, but he looked like he was the strongest there on the previous difficult part before we went into that descent. And we know Max Soler, when he gets out in front, he can just pull it out of the bag, and he does it time and time again when he gets dropped. But the interesting one is the big group here of favourites. We could see Roglic, he was just following there for a long time, and when the attacks come, you could see he was leaving 2 or 3 bike lengths. Was he just playing the game there and allowing the other riders to ride, because they are riding for the GC? We can see Carapaz, he wanted to ride. We can see Gaudu also wanted to ride, and Lipovic is further down as well. So Roglic, I think he was saying, well, I'm not going to ride earlier on. It's an interesting one to see what Roglic will do now, because he's getting to the front on the easier sections, and that's maybe where he feels he can pull out the advantage. But it's going to be for the red jersey. This man had a big battle on his hands to hold on.
Oh, you can see them down in the little vale there as he fights to get back in. He's got these rather pesky corners to deal with. It's not over yet, Robbie, by any means. We still don't know how this one's going to pan out. Soler, for the time being, I just want to catch some pictures of him as he just goes over the crest and that downhill run to home.
Well, he's opened up the gap. He's got 20 seconds on Max Poole and Filippo Zana, so he has opened it up, and he's on to that little final downhill. He's under the Flamme Rouge. Final kilometre at the front of the race for Marc Soler with 20 seconds. Surely he can't hand this back now. It already looked ominous. We said as soon as he was dropped the first time, there's an attack coming from Marc Soler. It is just Soler-esque, everything he's done on this climb. He's been dropped a few times. He's made just as many attacks. Now he's off the front, and when he gets a sniff of the line, he can keep it going.
Absolutely magnificent. Unfortunately for this man, Landa, he put sorry, I beg your pardon,
Gaudu.
Yes, it's David Gaudu who indeed was looking very lively. We have Landa still quite busy. Sivakov, Rodriguez, Shelmos, Ben O'Connor then sitting at 5-minute margin and into the gloom, but it's going to be bright here, bright as the sun, you might say, for Marc Soler. He's had so much to give in this race. Sometimes we're actually wondering whether he's giving or taking. It's that kind of punch and counter punch. Then he looks like he's been knocked out, and you know what, he stands back up and just comes out ding ding for another round. Marc Soler on his day is absolutely magnificent, and right now he's going to feel like king of the hill and the mountains, and indeed all he surveys. Not that you can see much in this gloom, but it's a bright finish for Soler. Spectacular win for him. The emotions will pour out of him, I am certain, when he realises what he's achieved here against all odds, and sometimes against his teammates. He has absolutely delivered, and all of that angst now will just pour from him. Brilliant. We wait to see whether it's Zana or Paul, and it's Zana, of course, that comes across. In a game of poker, he's always got good hands, a good hand to play, and Zana across the line. Max Paul, another podium for him. He's just been magnificent within this race, and then the cameras on the static lines will wait. But Marc Soler has delivered like only Marc Soler could.